2020, what a year. It started with us all thinking we were going to head into World War III, and then moving on to the Australian wildfires, and then to the American wildfires, and the sickness that everybody just had no clue what was going on in the beginning. And then they shut us down, and everybody not knowing what to do with their lives, and people were losing their jobs, and all of these people not knowing, it was scary. And then there was a shortage in the grocery stores because everybody was buying everything out, and you just had no clue what was going on. It's been a crazy year, and we've lost and we've gained, and it's been transitional. And for me personally, I feel we've lost a lot of really great people, and the ones that stick out a lot for me is in my personal life. We lost my Uncle Jack. He was a great man. I've lost a lot of friends. And then in the famous celebrity world, we lost, for me, the one that really bothered me the most was Sean Connery, which he was old. I mean, he was up there, but it still hurts. I love Sean Connery. And one that my son and I found while we were stuck at home watching YouTube videos, Steve Cash and Sylvester from Talking Kitty Cat. Those really hurt. But I'm glad we found them. I wish we had found them sooner, before this year. But I'm glad, because while Sylvester isn't exactly kid-friendly, they bring a lot of joy. Steve's music was wow. He was such a talented man, and he was so funny. And the way that he made it seem like his cats were really talking, they did really great. And my heart breaks for all of the fans who've been following him for the years. Like I said, I wish we'd found him sooner, and my heart breaks for his family especially. And I wish he would have realized how talented he was. But he's moved on, as a lot of people have this year, and there's a lot of transition going on right now, and there have been a lot of truths that have come to light, and not just for personal people, in our personal lives, but like just around the country, things that, like the fact that we have to go out and say, hey, Black Lives Matter. That is such an eye-opener, because, a lot of us, not really myself so much, but a lot of people thought that racism was gone. It went away with the 60s or 70s or 80s, and, we were all getting along and loving each other. And no, the racists were just hiding. They weren't comfortable coming out until it was made comfortable for them to come out. And I hate that. I really, really hate that. We have grown so much as a society, and at the same time, we stepped backwards. And I hate that, and people, there are a lot of people who are so happy with the status quo that the idea of changing it just was too much for them, and they hated it. And so we had these protests, and we had this violence, and sorry, my toddler was having a meltdown. But yeah, it's been crazy. And I know a lot of people who have been doing a lot of shadow work because they've realized things about themselves that they don't like, and things that they want to change. And as far as spirituality, I think a lot of people are becoming awakened. I mean, you hear spiritualists been talking about it for years now, but it's really happening. I've seen it happen. It's happening. People that weren't even spiritual just not too long ago are now, and they're starting to see a different light, and they're starting to see the world in a different light. And in a lot of ways, it's good. And I feel that this next year, if we can keep our vibrations high and our hopes high, that everything's going to be better. I hope. And I hope these vaccines that they've made work. And I hope this virus disappears, or at least just at the most, becomes like a cold. Something that is common but not deadly, because it's scary right now. And with everybody just kind of losing their minds and the shutdowns and everybody losing their jobs, it's been a crappy year. It's been a really crappy year. And, you know, at the beginning when they first started the shutdowns, I remember going to the store, and we have a limited budget. So we weren't able to stock up like other people. Other people are there buying up all the toilet paper, all the paper towels, all the cleaning products, all of the meat, all of the rice, all of the beans. And I'm like, I just want to feed my family for the week. It was very, very difficult. And I hate to say this, but I had to depend on the food pantry down the road, because it was the only way I could get food for my family. There was no food at the stores, but they had it at the pantry. So I had to go to the food pantry, and I cried. And the lady who volunteered there, she hugged me and she said, honey, don't worry. Everyone has to use it sometimes. And this is a difficult time, and that's what we're here for. And she was right. She was right. And I'm glad that they're there for people, not just for me, but for other people, other families who weren't able to get food, or who couldn't afford it, or the people who, you know, they're barely getting by before losing a job. It's been a heck of a year, but I'm hoping next year will be better. I'm keeping my hopes up, and I'm sending those vibrations out into the world, and I hope the rest of you can join me in that. I want to wish you all a very happy new year, and I hope that you all stay happy, warm, and safe. Now I'm going to go play games with my kids, and you all, I love you, all you sentient beings.